Air signs, I am here with your April 2019 general outlook. As I just said, it's a general reading, so take what resonates and toss the rest. You may want to also check your moon and rising signs to see if you find additional messages with those videos. I will be posting the other ones as soon as I can. I've got to still record those as well. As you can see behind me, I think it's almost 8 o'clock on Monday. I've had a very long day at work, so ignore my tired eyes. It has been quite the day already, quite the start to the week. Just very crazy, lots of energy, but lots of beautiful things going on. So let's see what comes out for you, air signs. And if any of you want a specific look into your situation, that information is down below. Air signs. And if you watch my fire sign video, this is the Star Tarot by Kathy McClelland. My absolute, I think, favorite deck that I own. And I own a lot. Let's see, air signs. What is going on? Air signs. April. What's going on with air signs? Okay. Wow. Air signs. My goodness. You got a lot going on. Let's see here. Let me get a handle on this. I feel like the air signs, there's seems to be some stagnant energy right now. And I'm picking up on a lot of different things because we have we have every suit here represented. But the first card that came out was Temperance, which is a major arcana. This is absolutely beautiful. I mean, look at these rainbows. I think of this card. I mean, it's obvious, it's about patience, but it's also about balance. It's about alchemy. So it has a lot of meanings to it, and you can see that this angel is sort of taking these gold and silver cups, and I see it as a trying to alchemically balance everything out. So there's this period of trying to find balance in a situation, trying to stay patient in a situation, and perhaps you've been waiting for some sort of communication about a situation, and that's been cut off because this is the blocking card. There's not been some sort of truth that's being spoken, or just some sort of news that maybe you've been waiting for to propel this situation forward. I feel like as a result of that, there's burdens. You get the Ten of Wands here, kind of the weight of the world on your shoulders. There's a burden as you're waiting because there's this desire to move things forward. With the Two of Wands, there's a desire to just put something in motion one way or the other, but I feel like maybe whatever that is, maybe you're kind of waiting on someone else to make that happen. And I feel like you've got in your past, you've got this Three of Pentacles, which is a teamwork card, which is new beginnings. I mean, you can see, I mean, for me, in this deck especially, this card definitely represents a new beginning. I mean, you've got eggs, you've got something in the nest hatching, you've got spirals, and then you've got turtles above. To me, represents the Holy Trinity, which could be in a romantic situation. It could be masculine, feminine, in union with God, or it could just be finding that, again, that teamwork and that balance in whatever situation you're dealing with. So yeah, I just feel like, I mean, there's definitely kind of some heavier, not heavy, but slightly stuck energy with the Temperance, with communication being cut off, with feeling the weight of the world, sort of waiting for things to happen, just carrying this burden. And but the card that's really the action card here is the Eight of Pentacles, and that's a very interesting card. I always see this one. I take it as sort of, it can be a spiritual awakening card. That's kind of what I view it as. But I also see it as possibly study, possibly learning some new information or knowledge that helps change the situation. Because, and this is where it gets a little confusing, because it's here not clearly delineating what it is. It's just, we've got this energy, we've got this instruction to be patient, to try to find balance. There's the desire for teamwork. There's feeling kind of the weight is on you, you want something to go forward, and some sort of, like I said, communication or news is not coming forth. And I think that maybe is causing some heartache and grief, and trying to decide what to do. But you can see here, what's behind all these swords is this beautiful web with a butterfly in it. So the Nine of Swords could be a painful card, but this web, I think, spiders can be definitely a spiritual sign, as well as butterflies. What you have after this is what's just so astounding with this. Whatever's going on with this, something not moving forward, I think what the message I'm getting is, and although it may be causing grief right now, or some sort of indecision, ultimately, this, whatever epiphany maybe that comes forward, maybe an Eight of Pentacles could be an epiphany, some information you learn, something that comes about for you, or another, it could, if it's related to a job, an opportunity, after you've maybe educated yourself, that something is going to change the flow of this. Because after the Nine of Swords, you get the Ace of Cups, which is the Holy Grail in love. You get the Ace of Pentacles. The Ace of Pentacles is, I mean, that even sometimes, I mean, it can represent the absolute, manifestation of everything you want in the physical. I mean, it may even be better card than an Ace of Cups, because it can represent physical union with someone you love. It can represent family, just foundation, stability. I mean, it's just, this is one of the best cards you can get, other than your outcome for April, the Sun. I mean, really, you cannot make this up. This is, and oh, this is beautiful. Oh my goodness. This is why I love these cards. They just have the images on them. It kind of helps piece everything together. So remember, the first card I talked about was Temperance, right? Which is about balance and alchemy and patience. So at the end, so that's what you're struggling with now, I think, is waiting on this information, feeling kind of conflicted, feeling kind of like there's this burden on you because you don't know which direction to go forward with here, and it's causing a little bit of grief. But just know that whatever the outcome is, at the end you are going to find balance, because you're going to have these aces coming. But this balance at the Sun, look what's in this little flower. It's the yin and yang symbol, which is the ultimate symbol of balance, right? So I'm going to pull some clarifiers. Let's see what I want to pull clarifiers on. Maybe why these swords are here. Why this Nine of Swords and this Ten of Wands. Those are pretty heavy cards. So let's maybe see. Let's do the Archangel. These are the Archangel therapy cards. We'll see if there's something that needs to be healed, something that's a block, maybe that's causing this stagnant energy that needs to be released before the swords can turn into the Ace and the Sun, because it's coming. It's coming. So whatever's going on, you can trust with those cards. I mean, it's Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles, the Sun, all in a row. And that's the outcome. All right, let's see what's blocks or what situation's going on. air signs. So this was, listen to your intuitive feelings. Your body is receiving accurate messages from the divine. So that, I think, goes along with this Eight of Pentacles, which I said for me is sort of the spiritual awakening card. It's that it always has been for me, I feel like. And if you're receiving accurate messages from the divine, then you are awakening to that. And it's, you know, I've posted about it on my page frequently. It's not an easy process to go through this. Sometimes you do feel like you have the weight of the world on your shoulders. And as you're being pummeled with this light, you know, the earth is, and your body is experiencing all these symptoms. I mean, it really can be, there are times too, I mean, it feels like I've literally felt like I've had pain in my back, like I was being stabbed in the back. Not just from pain of, you know, someone emotionally hurting me, but just the actual physical symptoms you go through with ascension in your spine and your skull. I mean, just it can be brutal. I mean, honestly, it's a beautiful process and it's amazing, but there are days you know, still, like, I will struggle to get out of bed just because, and I'm a very motivated person. So I'm going to pull, so one of the decks I used in the fire signs, I'll pull it from that here in a bit. It was one of my new Mystic Moon. She does all the Twin Flame Soul Connections, but the Signs from Spirit Love Oracle. Another one I have, which I did not use on the fire sign video, is the Twin Flame Shadows. But this can give us some insight if there's some sort of a shadow or block that maybe needs to be healed in a situation or released, let go of, before the aces and the sun can come out. So we'll just see what the shadows, and this is the first time I'm using this deck, so I have no idea what's going to come out. So we will see here. They're a little bit smaller, so they're kind of hard to shuffle. They want to slip out of my hands. Let's see what's going on here on the Nine of Swords. What's going on with our air signs? We got two that came out. Ooh, these are creepy cards. This first one's not, but okay. So secondary and sellout. That's a very creepy card. So the first one I think is pretty clear. Secondary, to me, this sort of feels like being left, like you're not being put first. You're not a priority. Either in the workplace, maybe your work is not being recognized, or in a relationship. Somebody's not making appropriate time for you. Somebody's not putting in the teamwork that you're hoping, and so you're the one that's carrying the burden and you want to share the burden. And you're hoping this person you're trying to be patient with them, but they're not coming forth with the communication or the truth that you're hoping to see in the situation. So you're feeling left out in the cold. That's a possibility of why the Nine of Swords and why this is here. Sellout, that could just mean, I think maybe that's more of it along the lines of somebody's not speaking their truth or living their truth. So there's something weighing on them. There's a burden. It could be you, or it could be this other person you're dealing with. They're selling out because they're not truly happy in a situation, and they're pretending to be. But that burden ultimately is going to lead to one party, I think, who's tired of being put in second place. Finally, the situation, they're going to have enough. But I think if that's what needs to happen, if this is resonating and somebody's in that situation, again, you have to trust that it's all going to work out, because you have the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Sun. So it's either that someone's going to finally wake up. You know, you've got the listen to your intuition. You've got the Eight of Pentacles. Somebody's going to wake up and get it, and either, you know, walk away and put an end to this painful situation that's causing the Nine of Swords and causing the feeling of being stabbed, or somebody's going to wake up and the sword will come down as far as cutting off the communication, and they'll share the burden, and that's how the happy ending comes about. I think it's saying to trust your intuition and know, you'll know deep down, is this person or is this situation going to change? Or am I just going to keep spinning my wheels round and round and round? And we're going to go through the same thing. It's one thing to have patience, but if somebody's not sharing the burden in a situation and working as a team, and valuing you for, I'm just hearing somebody's not being valued for their worth. Again, I'm not sure if it's a workplace situation. I feel like I think we've got that going on for both, because you've got, again, the Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. There's a lot of pentacles in here, too. So I feel like it could be applicable to either situation. I'm going to, let's see what we're going to pull. Let's pull the butterfly for life, oracle cards for life changes by Doreen Virtue, because it seems like there is some sort of a transformation. Of course, we're transforming every day. I mean, that's a given. But with the swords coming in after the stagnant energy, I feel like a 9 is kind of like, you've had enough. I'm ready to close this out. It's a 9. A 9 is a solitude. It's kind of like, I'm gonna do this on my own and find my own happiness, my own holy grail, my own Ace of Pentacles, and I'm gonna go to the Sun, and I'm gonna be balanced. Either with this person as a team, we're gonna do it together because they're gonna wake up, or they're not, and trust that either way, I'm gonna be happy. Okay, that sellout card is so creepy. I'm gonna turn it down. I can't look at it. And I usually don't get creeped out by things. Anyway, all right, let's see what this shows here for our air signs. What is this? What's this transition? What's this transition? Huh. Yeah. That makes sense. Be true to you. So yeah, that's really got me now thinking this is a situation where, again, a work or a romantic situation, it could even be a friendship or a family, where somebody is not sharing the burden, somebody's not working with you, they're not communicating, or maybe you're not communicating your unhappiness, you're just trying to be patient, and you're like, I'm trying to be patient, and they're gonna learn, but I think this is saying that maybe you're not being true to yourself, and that's why these swords are here, because you're just taking all of this on yourself. But again, this is clearly showing that happiness is coming. It's just a matter of either turning that blocked communication upright, either trying to talk to this person and not tiptoe around it because you're trying to be patient and you're trying to be understanding, but at some point you're losing your happiness and you're not speaking your truth because you're trying to cater too much to their perspective inside of things. Because maybe they're going through some stuff, but at the same time, if you're walking on eggshells and afraid to say something, that's not good for you. So I think I'm gonna hopefully not run out of time here, but I'm gonna do the Sacred Traveler Oracle by Denise Linn just to see what it says about this, as far as if it's moving on from a situation or if it's working together with somebody to fix a situation. We'll just see what the general, and again, this is a very general message. Energy can change day to day. I could do the same reading tomorrow with these same cards and we pull a totally different card, from this deck. So it's definitely not set in stone. But the Sun, that's a major arcana, so I think you should just focus on the Sun and know it's going to come out, no matter what your situation is. Okay, let's see. Are we going to move on, or are we going to work together? Message over here. 2 came out. Wow. So I don't think I've ever seen these cards before in here. This is pretty amazing. So passion and pleasure with overcoming obstacles. So I take that as a sign that perhaps being true to yourself and standing up for yourself and saying, I don't want to be second to this anymore. I know you're going through XYZ. Just having a heart-to-heart conversation with somebody might be what's needed to overcome this obstacle for you both to learn and grow together, and get past whatever this swords energy is. And I mean, you've got these aces in the sun. So I think if there is a stagnant situation or a situation where somebody's not pulling their weight, you're not happy, I think this is a sign to talk to them about it. And look, you've got the sword. You've got the sword and that, I don't know if it looks like a boulder, but it says you can overcome anything. So you may feel like you're here now on your back, the weight of the world on your shoulders with sword stabbing you in the back. But this is saying clearly overcoming obstacles. I mean, look what you've got coming. You've got the Ace of Cups, the Ace of Pentacles, and the Sun. So I hope this reading was helpful for you, air signs. I will be back next month with your May reading. So until then, have a wonderful month and good luck with everything.